Hello folks, my name is Richard. I am Dr. Rod's chiropractic assistant here at Health Plus Cottonwood, and today I want to focus on our neurological studies. Now we perform these on every single patient that walks through our door, and today I want to touch on why it's so important that we use this innovative system and what it's telling us when it comes to seeing how well your nervous system is functioning, okay? The scan that we're going to focus on today is our EMG scan. I am joined today by Dr. Rod, and he's going to go ahead and explain to us a little bit more in detail about what this scan is measuring and what it's telling us when it comes to the muscle activity going on throughout your spine.
Here we've got three vertebrae from the lower part of your spine. These little bumps right here are the ones that go down the middle of your back that you can feel. Now, what holds the bones in place is paired muscles on either side of the spine, and they attach to these spinous processes here is what they're called. They attach right there. And if the vertebra is in place in proper alignment, the muscles will be working equally and within normal limits. If the muscle shifts to the right, then the muscle on the left its job is to tighten up and try and pull the bone back into place, meaning that muscle is going to be working a whole lot more. The muscle on the right is hopefully going to be relaxing, trying to let it go. If the vertebra happens to shift forward, both of those muscles may be working equally, but they're going to be working more than normal trying to get the bone back into place. Now, in either case, if we can figure out a way to measure that muscle activity, that'll give us a whole lot of information. And guess what we've got? We've got a way to measure that muscle activity, and that's what the EMG does. Because fortunately for us, when a muscle works, it puts off an electrical signal. The more the muscle works, the more signal it puts off. The less it works, the less signal the muscle puts off. Now, the EMG scan, with the help of the computer, allows us to measure that so that we can chart that information out on a graph, compare right side with left at all the different levels up and down the spine, and then compare the patient scan with a normal scan. So we're going to let Rich go back and take over, and we're going to show you some examples of how the EMG actually works.
So Doc, what I'm going to have you do is place your arm here on the table, palm face up, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this contact to measure the muscle activity in his arm. Now we usually use two contacts, each measuring either side of the muscles around the spine, but for demonstration purposes, we'll just use the one today. Now when I place this on Doc's arm, you'll notice a red bar in this graph here. What we're measuring here is the muscle activity. Now since his arm is relaxed, this bar should flatline here at the bottom, just like it is. That's confirming that there is little to no tension in the muscle, letting us know that the muscle isn't under or overcompensating. Now let's see what happens when we introduce some tension in the muscle. Doc, go ahead and clench that fist for me. As you can see, that red bar jumps up and down because the muscle is working more than it usually would. Now in a chronic situation, the muscle will stay in a position where it is working without effect. Doc, now go ahead and squeeze and hold that tension in your fist. Now the red bar is level, but it's no longer here at the bottom like it was when the muscle was relaxed, telling us that it is overcompensating with little to no effect. Now, everything that the doc just did is called voluntary muscle tension, meaning that he had complete control over the tension in his arm. Now, when we measure the spine, we have the patient sit in a seated neutral position, eliminating any kind of voluntary muscle activity, leaving us measuring only the involuntary muscle tension going on throughout the spine. Now, all of this is vital to understanding how your nervous system is functioning.